A little over a year ago, Florida's Tammy Turner came within 32 pins of the title match for the National Amateur Championship. She's earned a title appearance this week by dominating a field of more than 80 of the nation's top women amateur bowlers. Today, from Stonehenge Place in Akron, Ohio, Prime Network presents the women's finals of the Team USA National Championships. Welcome, everyone, to Stonehenge Place, located in Akron, Ohio, for the Women's National Bowling Championships. Hi, everybody. I'm Denny Schreiner, along with Team USA head coach Fred Borden. And Fred, give the fans out there some indication, some idea of how tough it was to get to the final six here for Team USA 1994.
Well, Denny, we started with over 10,000 bowlers across this land trying to make this great team of ours. And they qualified on the local level in city tournaments and roll-offs across the nation. Then they advanced to the state finals. Then we have players from every state represented here in Akron. They went from the state to the national. They qualified 24 games. Then we cut the field of the top 24, and they bowled head-to-head match play for 24 games. So it's been a grueling test. Some 70 games of playing between competition and practice, and now we've got our top six for Team USA.
I know you are absolutely thrilled with the team that has already been assembled here. Let's talk now about the top six players. We'll start with the number 6 position, a player that I am very familiar with because she bowled a number of years on the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour, Lisa Vint.
Yes, Denny, and being a professional bowler, if you drop off the Pro Bowlers Tour for 3 years, you regain your amateur status, and we're just glad to have her. This is a gal that you can tell when she throws a bowling ball, she loves this sport. She radiates it. She smiles all the time. It's fun to watch her play the game.
The state of California has turned out some unbelievable junior players through the years that have gone on to the national ranks. Pamela Inlows is the number 5 qualifier, and she's from the West Coast.
Yes, and Denny, you know, when you look at people bowl, and everyone thinks, well, you have to be big and strong to throw a 16-pound ball. Well, this gal will show you that size is not the criteria to being great. This gal weighs just barely 100 pounds. She swings that ball with such grace and smooth and rhythm and power, hits the pockets, and makes those pins dance.
And, of course, representing the great Midwest, the city of St. Louis, Missouri, our number 4 qualifier for Team USA, Lisa Roth.
Lisa Roth, the Alberta Crow Star of Tomorrow, and I guess the WIBC called this one. They looked into their glass ball, and they called this one just right on the number.
A player that you're very familiar with because it's her 4th appearance on Team USA is Mandy Wilson of Dayton, Ohio, without question. The grittiest performer, I think, that you probably ever coached.
You know, I was trying to figure out, Denny, we bowled in 8 different countries, and this gal just keeps finishing 1, 2, 3. No matter what country, no matter what the lanes are like, no matter where we're at, no matter what the situation, this gal can play the game.
In the number 2 qualifying position out of Niagara Falls, New York, a very talented and versatile player, Liz Johnson, qualifies for the team for the first time.
Probably the most steady player of the ladies, Denny. She went out there and just went about her business and just steady, was in the game all the way. Just played the game. It was fun to watch her moving around, making the adjustments. I can tell that we're not going to have much work to do with this gal. We'll just watch her throw strikes.
And the top seed, affectionately referred to as the Taminator, Tammy Turner, is the lady that we're speaking about right now. Led this thing by 500 pins, ran away, Fred, and I know that you've mentioned on a couple occasions you feel she might be the best amateur player in the world in terms of the women.
And I think even including the professionals, Denny, this gal is something. I hate to label her, I hate to put the extra heat or pressure on her, but she is just fun to watch. When you watch the power and the roll, and she can play all the lines, all the angles, and just watch the biomechanics. Just watch the body position and the smoothness and the grace of her swing, and then watch the energy level. Watch how hard she can hit the pins. I challenge the male players across this land to try to roll the ball like this young lady.
As you mentioned, if she would have tried to qualify for the men's team, she would have finished 4th. We'll be back with the start of the semifinal match from the National Bowling Championships right after we pause for this timeout. The 1993 Team USA Finals are being brought to you by the Women's International Bowling Congress, because women are such great sports. Make sure your league is WIBC sanctioned. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, the official grip of Team USA and the top choice of amateurs and professionals alike. By DBA Pro Grip, maker of the Pro 200 Tackified Bowling Glove and the Pro Grip Air Shot, the first and only air support system designed for bowling. And by Excalibur Automobile Corporation, the art of automaking. All right, welcome back to Stonehenge. Denny Schreiner along with Team USA head coach Fred Borden, ready for the semifinal match here in the Women's National Championships. Mandy Wilson up first, our championship round pair here at Stonehenge Place, lanes 25 and 26. Doesn't take Mandy long to come up. Fire, tips out the 5-pin and the 7-pin stands.
And she's right up the track, and I think she's lined in on the condition perfectly. There's oil out to the right, so if she leaks it out to the right, she's going to miss head pin right. And there's a little track area in there right around the 10 or 11th border, right around that second arrow. The player that can keep it in the track today will be very hard to beat.
At the 1-pin spare. Fred, a number of different types of conditions provided for the players throughout the 48 games this week.
Then just a real test of their skills of playing all the different short oil, very dry hooking lanes to very slick lanes, very long oil, all the way almost to the head pin. So it was a test from playing extreme outside to extreme inside.
And our first good look at Liz Johnson. Up the track, as Fred mentioned, she goes. Perfect shot to open up the semifinal game.
She has that perfect roll, Benny. She's got that ball where it's on line. It's not a big hook, but it rolls heavy. So when it hit the pocket, you could see it just flushed it, put 10 right into the pin receptacle.
Outstanding crowds all week long here at Stonehenge as Akron, the bowling capital of the world, opened its arms to the National Amateur Championships.
Well, we just can't say enough to the bowling community, Denny. We want to thank them for their great support.
Liz looking for the double to open up an early lead. Light hit, nice shaker, and she doesn't appear to be nervous at all as she cracks a smile after the double.
Well, Benny, you know, she was the Alberta Star the Star of Tomorrow, and she's just terrific. She's a young talent with a lot of poise out on the lanes.
Mandy Wilson making her 4th appearance on Team USA and told me without question that she would love to be the National Amateur Champion. Well, tried to use the body English, but the 10-pin stands.
I think she should move aboard right, Benny. If you notice, she come light in the pocket on the left lane. Didn't quite get the 5 out strong, left the 7. Now she came light again, she left the 10. So with her training and everything and being on the team, I look for Mandy to make a board right with her feet and leave her target in the same place, and then she'll flush it up in the pocket.
Qualified 14th for match play. Told me I was down near the bottom all week long. Had to make a big run at the end of the week just to get to the final 6.
You know, and the pressure is on, then she shoots 278, 255 back-to-back and pole vaulted herself right into 3rd place. She has a way of doing that. Don't the great ones have a way?
A few years ago, came very close to qualifying for the nationally televised finals of the WIBC Queens event, and so she's a quality player. As I mentioned, a great competitor, loves the competition, loves the heat.
And she made the adjustment. And the ball went a little high and tripped out that 4-9. What a smooth adjustment. I think she hit a little left with her eyes, but she moved her feet that one board to the right.
How receptive has she been through the years to coaching and teaching from the staff?
Here's the shot, Denny, just a little bit left, but that she made the move, and she just sucks it up. She's a very smart lady, you know. She's a librarian supervisor, and she just takes it all in. Yeah, she's just a treat to work with.
Mandy Wilson down by 11. Liz Johnson on the double, trying to make it 3 in a row. And you have to like her start after 3 consecutive strikes.
There's the roll, Ben. You know, we have a lot of people that think hook is the answer, but roll is really the answer. You know, she hit the head pin very light. She cut a light pocket, and those pins just disintegrated. Just blew them out of there because it had a good roll on the bowling ball.
Keep in mind our top seed, waiting in the wings, Tammy Turner from West Palm Beach, Florida. The winner of this game will meet her for the National Amateur Championship. Another key shot and another strike for Liz Johnson, who is giving Mandy Wilson all she can handle here in the early stages.
It doesn't get much better than this. Rolls it light to the pocket again. Here comes the roll. Watch the pins go sideways. She knocked that pin completely out of there.
And before we go to break, here's a look at the other top 24 finalists. An outstanding start for Liz Johnson, who opens with a 4-bagger and leads by 31. But I guess, Fred, if there was one player on the roster that you'd feel comfortable with coming from behind, it would be a Mandy Wilson.
Well, this game just got started. You know, a lot of things can happen. That's what's so great about this sport. And Mandy's learned from Dr. Shane Murphy, the sports psychologist, how to hang in there when she's a little behind. So this game's far from over.
You mentioned sports psychology. Of course, all the players are involved in that when they go out to the United States Olympic Training Center.
Something we work on all the time. And, you know, this game is so mental. If you have good self-mental control, you can be a player. Without mental control, you get yourself in trouble every time you play the game.
Average may not look imposing, but when you consider the different and varied types of conditions that these players had to contend with this week, anything over 190 was outstanding. Mandy runs a little high, leaves the 3-6 on the right-hand lane.
And then it looks like she made the adjustment with her feet, and now all of a sudden she's playing the ball left. So she's made 2 adjustments. And we see this happen every day, where you move to the right and then you move your eyes in. It's in your subconscious. You think, well, I got to put the ball up in there. When you make the move with your feet, you've got to learn to trust the shot and go ahead and hit the same target you were hitting when the ball went light.
At the 3-6, no problem with the spare. And Mandy Wilson needs to start throwing some strikes.
There's no doubt about that, because I doubt if Liz is going to throw open frames. This gal's a pretty steady player. She puts the ball on line. She's very accurate. So strikes, she needs to set one up here and start to apply some pressure back.
Mandy Wilson from Dayton, Ohio, a graduate of Wright State University. And she's already bowled in Ireland, South Africa, England, Singapore, and Cuba as a member of Team USA. So she has literally spanned the globe, and now a huge problem for her on the left-hand lane.
Let's see if she goes about her business here and moves to the left. Now she's got to try to make this. If the match were close, then in strategy would be let's get 2 pins. Don't throw it in the channel. Now, the fact that she needs to make up ground, she can't go for 2 pins. She's got to try to make this. I look for a bold effort.
Cross lane, giving it plenty of room, trying to slide the 6-pin over and narrowly missing. A game effort by Mandy Wilson. And look at this. Should someone shoot 300 today, a brand new Excalibur limited edition car would go to whoever would shoot it. Of course, Liz Johnson has opened with the first 4. The car is valued at nearly $100,000, and there's only 100 of them that will be made this year.
They are beautiful, aren't they?
For the 5-bagger, light hit and carries again. You know, each and every time I've seen a perfect game on national television, Fred, there always is that one shot that you don't make a great shot that you end up carrying that kind of keeps the momentum going. That could be it right there.
She hit it pretty light that time. I was surprised. Did you see that pin action? That was unbelievable pin action for that light of a hit.
I wonder what Tammy Turner is thinking at this point in time. Liz Johnson opening with the first 5.
Tammy's just focused on what she's going to do, I'm sure.
Comfortable 46-pin lead. Strike here would put her halfway home. Uh-oh, that's wide right. Missing the head pin. So now the pressure is off, and you have to contend with what's left.
The thumb never came out of the ball on that shot, Denny. If you noticed, it was a loft over the foul line. That's what happens. Fingers is what applies the roll. When you don't have a good roll, you know the thumb hung in the ball too long. So the thumb grabbed at the bottom instead of releasing.
Liz mentions one of her weaknesses is being quick feet, and I don't know if that's necessarily a weakness if you've got it timed up properly.
Exactly. In fact, that's one of our pet peeves when everybody's been taught slow down, when in fact we like the word smooth. It's smooth out there, but if instead of slowing down your feet, why not just quicken up your swing and put them in time so you hit the foul line so the thumb can come out of the ball cleanly.
Yeah, that you can also generate some momentum because your body is what gets the ball moving down the lane.
Yes.
Mandy Wilson from way behind would like to get something started and does as she scans the heavens after that light hit strike.
Mandy's a treat to bowl with. In summer competition, we were in Cuba bowling in the Pan American Games, and Phil Castro was in the building, and she started getting very nervous. And we were saying, Mandy, what about the way they built this bowling center? Got her mind off the game, put it on cruise control. She goes back-to-back 240s to win the gold.
Up the track again. She liked it the moment it left, and a solid 7-pin remains on the left-hand lane, and it's just been one of those days.
The bowling gods, and it's round objects hitting round objects. Some funny things happen. Here it is, flush up in the pocket. Just a little turnover here right at the end. See that ball just hook through the pit pocket, and the solid 7.
member of Team USA in 1990, 91, 92, and of course again in 1994 was Mandy Wilson. Meanwhile, Liz Johnson, leading comfortably by 52, is just about ready to put this match away.
Sure is. And Mandy getting a tough break there, leaving that 7-pin. That'll keep Liz's swing loose, I'm sure.
Nice shot into the pocket. Solid 4-pin this trip.
Smart adjustment, Denny. That impresses me because she kept the thumb in the ball. Now that one you saw, she got out real quick and the ball over-revved a little bit, but that was the proper adjustment. But we're going to have some fun with her. If she can make those kind of adjustments on national television for her first trip, that's a sign of someone that's mentally under control of what's happening out there.
Currently a student at Morehead State University. One of the outstanding collegiate bowlers in the country. As we've seen, they're so well represented among the Team USA ranks, it seems, each and every year now, Fred.
Collegiate bowling, Denny, is unbelievable. We have kids that are coming out here at 18 and 19 and 20 and 21 years old that are coached by the great collegiate coaches and people that have experience, and we're getting great talent. And these young people that started out in the YABA program, maybe when they were 8 years old, they've got 12 years of experience under the tutelage of some of the finest coaches across all of sport.
Trying to get back on track, and she does with another light hit. So Liz Johnson continues to strike here at Stonehenge Place, and we'll watch this outstanding shot when we return. The completion of the opening game, the semifinals of the Women's National Bowling Championships. Liz Johnson leading by 51 in the semifinal. Mandy Wilson back up, trying to just finish out the match. Fred Borden, she trails by 51, but this lady is never out.
Well, she still has room, Benny, for 214. So let's see if she can set one up.
To the left of target, runaway Brooklyn, and the 9-pin stands as Mandy smiles and heads back to the ball return.
I think it's just a fill frame. She's sort of lost the focus here. She left the solid 7. Her focus is sort of out there somewhere. But, you know, Benny, she's just happy. She's on the team. She's going to be a treat to work with once again.
Great to have back a player with the experience that she already has to take some of the younger players under her wing and say, hey, listen, this is what it's all about out there at the international level, because make no mistake about it, bowling internationally and nationally are two completely different competitions.
It really is, Denny, and team play is different than individual play, and Mandy is really good in the team environment, and she'll be a team leader.
Off the solid 7 the last time. This time she says, well, better late than never. I'll take the strike when I can get it.
There's one of the patented Mandy Wilson strikes, though. She can flush them up. When she gets doing that, Denny, I've seen her throw 5 and 6 and 7 in a row where all 10 are dead in the pit. There's no pins going sideways. She really is accurate when she's on her game.
Before that last break, Fred, you were mentioning the collegiate program and, of course, all the coaches throughout the country. But how about an assessment now of the coaches program, the certification program? How does that stand at this point in time?
And we have over 400 certified coaches now. And I'd like to say hello to all of them out there.
And joining us this afternoon, Ted Malonis, the brand new ABC president from Omaha, Nebraska, a man who wears some beautiful ties. I was kidding him earlier this week at one of the dinners about that. He told me he'd loan me one for a show sometime soon.
What a wonderful man. He and his wife, they're just great people, and they're really great for our sport of bowling. They give a lot to our sport.
Let's get back to the coaches certification program. You mentioned that program is growing by leaps and bounds.
Then we have 5 more coaches certification program seminars that we're going to do here in the fall of the year, and we hope to hit nearly 1,000 after those 5. And we're working on sports psychology with Dr. Eric Lasser. We're going to be having coaches conferences on sports psychology so we can work with these youths. And when we spot little traits and personality traits, our coaches will really know how to deal with these people, not only to help them with their bowling, but quality of life. We're working on some stuff that I think is very special in the sport of bowling.
Liz Johnson, with a couple more strikes, would have a game in the 260s to open up, so high scores in the semifinal game. She's locked in. Tammy Turner had better be ready to go from the opening gun, or she could find herself in trouble.
Well, Tammy will be ready. That I'll grant you. You'll see some strikes going. But this gal here looks like she's not going to come here and say, well, I'm happy to be on the team. I want that national championship. I want to be the national amateur champion.
Of course, Joey Simpson was the national champion from a year ago, made the top 24, but couldn't quite get to the final 6. Anthony Chapman as well on the men's side, the national champion from a year ago, also made it back into the top 24.
Well, 2 great young people, but it was just a treat for the year spent with those people, I'll tell you. And you know, they felt so terrible yesterday. It was a tough moment for all of us. But you know, the bowling family of Team USA, they'll always be a part of Team USA forever.
Brilliant performance for Liz Johnson as she shoots 262. Mandy Wilson filling out now the 10th frame and doing so in fine fashion.
Another one of those patented strikes. You see, Denny, when she hit the pocket flush, it was 10 in the pit. Mandy gets lined in. Boy, she can crack that board shot after shot. It's amazing how accurate this lady can become at times. I've seen her do some amazing things with a bowling ball.
And of course, being a down and in type player, she's probably a valuable performer on the international front because the conditions out there are much different than you see in the United States.
Well, you know, we are a little bit spoiled, Denny. We have the greatest equipment. We have proprietors that really care about their lane surfaces for the league players, and we do get spoiled a little bit with the beautiful manicured lane surface. In an international competition, we hit it all. They test us, but they believe in very difficult lanes in Europe and Asia. They like to make them tough.
Mandy Wilson with a nice comebacker to finish things off as she will end up 3rd in this year's National Amateur Championships. The final score 262 to 203, and among one of the, I should say, among several of the dignitaries on hand all week long, former president of the United States 10 Pin Bowling Federation, now USA Bowling, Joyce Deitch, the brand new WIBC president, watching the action, I might say, from start to finish, all 48 games this week. We'll be right back with our championship match and an interesting interview with Jerry Koenig, the man who calls all of the shots at USA Bowling. And welcome back, everyone, to Stonehenge Place. We're still just a couple of minutes away from today's title match, and it gives us an opportunity now to introduce a man that's been very instrumental in Team USA and, of course, the international movement in terms of bowling, and that, of course, is the executive director of USA Bowling, Jerry Koenig. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Denny, it's my pleasure to be here, as always.
I know that you and Fred Borden got together before the season started this year, before the year, and you started to set a strategy together to better prepare the team for team competition, not only nationally but internationally. And so, basically, what have you guys put together?
Well, it's a philosophical approach to the sport from our standpoint, and we intended, and we are in the process of focusing on team competition. We felt that, for example, this year we're going to be getting into some major team competition. We wanted to be prepared. We started right out at the Olympic Training Center. We put the team as a team through its paces, both mentally and with their physical games.
Jerry, I understand that the American Zone was held this year down in Guadalajara, and how did the team do? How did they fare down there? What kind of an experience was it for them?
Well, it was really interesting because coming out of the Olympic Training Center, we had the opportunity of having a team match, and we called it the Challenge of the Hemispheres. We had South Africa, we had Canada, and we had Australia come here to the United States and bowl all-team competition. We did pretty well in that, by the way. And that was the competition that prepared us very, very well for Guadalajara. Now, we're talking about 20-some countries in all of the American Zone. And we went down there with the idea that we were going to win the gold medals in team men and team women, and that's what we did. I think we came back and proved that we have the strongest team in the world.
I know that you have felt very strongly and worked very diligently at setting up a number of international competitions for the team. What else is left in store for 1993?
Well, we finished the Olympic Festival this year in San Antonio. We've had our national amateur champions, Tony and Joey, go to the World Games where they competed with 23 other countries. And now the next on the agenda is going to be the AMF World Cup. We have our full team, all 6 men, all 6 women, who are seeded into the finals at Richmond, Virginia. And the winner, the man winner and the woman winner, goes to Johannesburg, South Africa, where they'll compete against 55 other nations.
These kids are building up some air miles, and I know that you've also put together yet another competition that will pretty much end 1993 with a bang. The team will be heading to the Far East.
Well, we're really pleased with this. Now, it's a challenge match, and it's in the nature of an exhibition. But we're going to Japan. It'll be Team Japan versus Team USA, and we're doing this courtesy of and thanks to the Bowling Proprietors Association of Minnesota. They came together for us because we didn't have the budget to do it. They put $25,000 on the table. We're taking the team to Japan. It's going to be the trip of a lifetime for all of these kids. I know it is. We're going over to beat Japan, too.
Jerry, the $64 million question instead of thousands. What about bowling in the Olympics? I know in 1988, players had an opportunity to compete on an exhibition basis in Seoul, South Korea. What about 1996 in Atlanta?
It's going to be a tough one, Denny. Officially, the door is closed. The Atlanta Organizing Committee, ACOG, has said that they're going to be adding no more sports to the program. And that, of course, is supported by the USOC and by the International Olympic Committee. However, we haven't given up hope, as one of our people has said not too long ago. We won't give up until they light the torch. Let me tell you that I think that we have one possibility. We do want to provide something by way of an offer to the city of Atlanta, the community of Atlanta, that we're calling a heritage, something that would be for the future. In other words, we'd like to have the sport of bowling there permanently, and we're working on an idea to provide a facility there that would be for the kids, for the inner city, for the underprivileged, and to make something good for that community, for our sport. So if that works out, maybe we still have a chance. But otherwise, I'd have to say that the flame is flickering right now.
All right, perhaps we'll get a chance another time to talk about the year 2000 as we've run out of time. Thanks for joining us here. And, of course, we'll be back with the championship game from Stonehenge Place after these messages. All right, welcome back to championship contestants, Tammy Turner and Liz Johnson. I had a chance to talk to Liz Johnson just prior to the telecast and asked her, what does it mean to you to qualify for Team USA?
It feels great. This is a dream come true for me. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to start bowling, to get the experience bowling for Team USA and getting all the coaching, the traveling experience, and just meeting new people as I go on.
Obviously looking forward to what will transpire in 1994. Tammy Turner resets now and gets up. You can see her shaking her head. He was ready to start, and then the red light came out instead of the green light. Let's see if she can shake that off and get things started.
The Taminator will get the determination level up right now, I'm sure, Dan.
Struck nicely on the practice shots, comes out, lets it go, cuts it a little short, and was fortunate to get out of this with just the 3-6.
There was. There's a little more hook than she needs to throw today, and if she hooks it that much, she's going to have a hard time winning this match. She needs to keep it a little more on line, so I'm sure she'll see that. Get the first shot off her hand. She'll settle right down, throw some beautiful shots.
1992 Collegiate All-American and also an academic All-American from West Texas State University by the 3, and she picks off the 6. So not the way she was hoping to start the title match.
Now she pulled out that real shiny ball you see, and it hit that oil that's out there to the right and just slid right by. She's looking for a little more hook and probably figured that ball grabbed the lane a little more than it did.
Liz Johnson from Niagara Falls will try and take advantage of the opportunity. Came out striking in the opening match, but there you see the difference in the pressure. Yanked it through the nose and got a huge break on her opening shot.
The bowling gods give her the blessing to start this match. All of a sudden, she's got the strike. Tammy's got the open.
And the bright young stars of Team USA, Liz Johnson, trying to win her first National Amateur Championship.
See if she can use that break now.
Looking for the quick double. Boy, what a beautiful shot that was.
Pretty classy shot by that young lady, wasn't it? The heat of the battle, the final game. Been here for a week. Played 70 games between the competition and the practice, and it's all down to this game for the National Amateur Championship of the United States.
Tammy Turner with an early wake-up call after missing the 3-6 in the opening frame. Beautiful shot, and the Taminator strikes on the right-hand lane. She needs to double here to climb back into the match.
Watch this motion here. This is as fine as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the ball pushed out on the second step, full extension with this big swing. Has 16 pounds up over her head. comes down here, plants the foot, and just lets it rip through, but it's got smooth flowing lines to it, just lets it go.
Went high the first time, a little more room on this shot, and a dandy of a double. A very determined Tammy Turner wanted to come back and reestablish herself.
You know, Denny, that's a 16-pound bowling ball, and if we had the clock on it, about 17 miles an hour, 17.5 miles an hour, and you can see she can't weigh more than 120, 125 pounds.
Liz Johnson leads by 11. Through the nose the last trip. A little more speed. Ball holds pocket, trips out the 4, and when you can carry the 10 and trip out the 4, you kind of got the whole ball of wax.
I'm impressed, Denny. We've got these gals striking. They're striking, and what fun this is going to be. She's a little tight up to the pocket here. As you can see, the ball's up flush high, dead high in the pocket, off the wall, trips the 4. Watch this emotion. Yes!
Body English as she starts with the first 3. Opened up with a string of strikes and defeating Mandy Wilson. Another good shot. She's been carrying the light hit all day. Gets it again. So Liz Johnson with a 4-bagger and has established a solid lead here in the title match. She leads by 31. How tough is it for a top seed to lead a tournament by somewhere near 500 pins, come out and open, and have your opponent start with a 4-bagger?
Start out 10th after the first round, Denny, after 6, and went to 2nd, and then 6 consecutive rounds was the leader.
Outdistanced herself from the field. High hit, now the solid 7, and you can see a dejected Tammy Turner heads back.
Mandy Wilson left a solid 7. Now Tammy's left a solid 7. Elizabeth Johnson just may have a national championship in her pocket. Watch this ball turn up. Watch this power. See, this power is good, but if it gets a little high, you have a chance of leaving those corners.
Changes balls to the harder surface. Hard and straight, no problem with the 7 pin.
Well, she's got a full package, then. She's accurate. She's got the big roll. She's a very bright lady. She's a college graduate. She's very focused when she plays. She's just an excellent player. What a thrill it is to watch her play in international competition.
What kind of a player is she, Fred, in terms of using and utilizing different types of bowling balls and surfaces? Well,
you know, in Guadalajara, Mexico, in the FIQs, she changed balls, came out that night on a very difficult condition. The whole building yelling. She shoots 692 on a real tough condition with everybody going, Mexico, Mexico, Mexico.
Once again, we mentioned the Excalibur. If any of our players shoots 300 here today, they would win this $100,000 limited edition Excalibur. Wouldn't Liz look nice driving one of those in Niagara Falls?
I think you would too, Fancy.
Yeah.
We can.
When it's going right, it's going right. She looked straight up at the sky, realized it was not a good shot. 2 of the 5 have not been close to the pocket, and yet she started with the opening 5.
Right here, Denny, you'll notice her arm gets out away from her body. And when the arm gets out on the forward stroke, her backswing looks pretty good, her timing looks pretty good. Now right here, she'll reach out a little early. It pops out, and the ball will go left. Arm out, ball left. Here it is, out away from her body. Her hand flipped it early, makes it go left of the head pin.
She had the first 5 in game number 1, and now she moves to a 6-bagger. And Tammy Turner right now in a desperate position here in a chase for a national amateur championship.
You know, I'm impressed, Denny, how this young lady throws that shot and then goes right over to the next lane, refocuses, gets the swing inside, puts it dead on line, and hits that 1-3 pocket perfect.
Tammy Turner trying to come from behind. The question is, will it be too little, too late?
What a roll she put on that ball, Denny. You see that? She arced that ball out to maybe the 5 or 6 board and just arced it back to the pocket with all that heavy roll. She's got that look in her eye right now. Down
by 42, just past the halfway point. Still time if she can continue to strike. Must strike here, though, to keep some kind of pressure on.
Well, Elizabeth is not letting up, needless to say.
Stretches out, another good shot. This time trips out the 4 and the 9, so she's fighting with all she has left.
She is a fighter, Denny. That's what's so much fun about bowling across this world with her. You know, she's in the game. No matter what, Tammy will be there.
Liz Johnson coming to the forefront. Showing everybody from coast to coast what a fine player she is. She leads by 32. Will the string stay alive? Not at this point in time. Through the nose for the through 6.
Well, I'll tell you, you notice the swing bouncing out a little bit. That I can see is the key that will work with this young lady on. When the swing bounces out, your thumb turns in, and then the ball goes left to the head pin. A lot of people are working on their hand, and what they really need to work on is their arm swing. If your arm swing stays in, your hand stays behind the ball. If your arm swing pops out, your hand turns early. An early turn is created by the arm.
Out the spare, no problem with the 3-6.
Let's check this arm swing now. This is on this strike shot here. She pushes it out. Now watch, it pops out, and the arm went, or the hand went to the side when the arm popped out. Arm out away from the body.
Ahead by 30, and the streak ends at the opening 6. Keep in mind, Tammy Turner on a double. Oh, nice velocity. Good shot there. Another huge break as this time she trips out the 10, and it wasn't the 6 pin that got the job done. Each and every year at the Team USA Finals, the players select the Sportsmanship Awards. And of course, this year's recipients, Nancy Ennis, along with Joyce Deitch, the WIBC president. And we'll be back with more of the title match after this.
And here comes a shot, Benny, light to the pocket. And as you can see, this young lady can move some pins. And she doesn't throw the big hook, but she's got that nice roll on the ball. The roll then translates over to the pins and moves pins around. That's called roll, not hook.
Another huge break for Liz Johnson, who has struck in 7 of the first 8 frames. Tammy Turner on a double still has a possible 258. If she takes it off the sheet, it might not be enough.
Isn't that something? When you get the greatest in the United States here dueling each other, this is what can happen.
High game of the week, 277. It came in the opening game of the tournament for Tammy Turner, who obviously ran away and hid from everybody. Needs a strike here, got it inside her target, and did not get the break she was looking for.
Coming back after a break, I mean, that's sometimes difficult, and she'll learn that. If she plays more in these television-type matches, that was not what Tammy expected of herself, obviously, but that's all experience. Just another year with Team USA. This gal's just a marvelous player. I look for her to go on and just win and win and win and win.
Hard and straight at the 5. Has to be disappointed at this point in time to be in the position that she's in, down 31.
Concentration, deep in thought.
Has won everything but a national amateur championship. That was her goal at the beginning of the week. And a solid 8 stands. That will tell you the story of the championship round here today for Tammy Turner.
You know, it looked like from the opening bell, Benny, that Elizabeth Johnson was destined with the solid 7s by Mandy, the solid 7 here by Tammy, the Brooklyn shot that she carried to come right out and started both matches, 4-bagger, 5-bagger. That does take the heat off, and you know what? She's bounced back every time she's thrown a bad shot. I'm impressed.
One of the things that Jerry Koenig and I had an opportunity to talk about, Fred, was any shot whatsoever for bowling to be in the 96 Olympics. We chatted about that. What about the year 2000? That's a little more realistic, isn't it?
We feel real confident, Denny, on the year 2000. You know, Jerry and a number of people went to Switzerland and made a presentation to the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, and from what we understand, it was received very well. There were 9 sports. We were invited, and that's saying something. We didn't ask to be invited. They invited us. They're going to take 2 sports for sure, and we think we're one of the 2.
Liz Johnson putting the finishing touches on becoming the national amateur champion. If she strikes out, she will have a game of 258. I'll make that 278, I should say. She started with the first 6, 8 count in the 7th, and she has all but locked up the title.
Throw that ball under heat, and she's proven that the other day. The lights went on, and she came to play.
I'm not sure she still realizes at this point in time that Tammy Turner can't get her. The best Tammy could shoot would be a game in the 220s.
She probably won't realize till tomorrow afternoon sometime. Then you get in a cloud, you know, when you're playing these sports, you get in that cloud, and that's what makes great players. They forget about what's going on, and they live the moment. Seize the moment, the second right in front of you. Don't think in front of you, don't think behind you. Think of exactly what you're doing at that moment.
And I think if you look at what she's accomplished against a great talent in Tammy Turner, you appreciate just what you said even more, Fred. She had to come into this realizing, hey, I'm no question the underdog in this match, and she ends up becoming the 1993 National Amateur Champion. If she strikes here, a game of 256, so she goes 260, 250 on the television show. That's impressive.
I can assure you on Team USA, Benny, with the 6 players, men and women, there'll be no underdog. They'll be playing they play as a team. And they play in singles competition, doubles competition, trio competition, and team competition. We go there for one thought in mind, to win the team, but they also are individuals playing for themselves.
255 for Liz Johnson. For Tammy Turner, a disappointing finish to a long week, 48 games, as Fred mentioned. Led 6 of the 8 rounds, and once match play started, completely dominated the competition. And for the 2nd year in a row, she has come close. She has not been able to win the National Amateur Championship.
I'm sure she's dejected right now, Denny. She feels a little down, but this lady will bounce back. By this evening at the awards dinner, she'll be smiling. She'll have that big smile on.
All academic at this point. And so for Tammy Turner, who returns to Team USA for 1994, just a step short on the ladder to the National Amateur Championship here at Stonehenge Place in Akron, Ohio.
You know, Denny, there for a while we was afraid she was going to choose to turn professional and not come back to the team this year. And look at this, Denny. You see, there's a teammate hug. That's just the start of what will happen in a year with Team USA right there.
Fans on their feet to honor Liz Johnson of Niagara Falls, the 1993 National Amateur Championship. His mom is there with a hug. Andy Wilson says, hey, you beat me fair and square. The rest of the team congratulating her. And obviously what we're seeing now is a dream come true. High scores here at Stonehenge, 255 for Elizabeth Johnson, who opened with the first 6, and Tammy Turner shoots 215. We'll be back with the presentation and a chat with our newest National Amateur Champion, Liz Johnson from Niagara Falls, Ohio, or I should say New York, right after we take this time out. The 1993 Team USA Finals have been brought to you by the American Bowling Congress. Pride and service to bowlers for nearly 100 years. Make sure your league is ABC sanctioned. By ProGrip, maker of the Pro 200 Tackified Bowling Glove and the ProGrip Airshot, the first and only air support system designed for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, the official grip of Team USA and the top choice of amateurs and professionals alike. By Lynn Shoes, for the performance approach, it's American-made Lynn Shoes, the choice of better bowlers worldwide. And by the Women's International Bowling Congress, because women are such great sports. All right, cheering for Liz Johnson, the 1993 National Amateur Champion. What does it feel like to be the National Amateur Champ?
It feels tremendously great. I felt like I bowled very well all week. I had some good breaks today, and I just think I bowled very well.
You beat 2 terrific players. Mandy Wilson has tons of experience. You shot 260 against her right off the bat, and then you opened with another 6-bagger against Tammy Turner, a player that I know you have a lot of respect for.
Yes, I respect her very much. She's a very good bowler. She has a very tremendous amount of talent, and she bowled great this week, and I respect her very much.
All right, let's bring in Joyce Deitch now, the new president of the Women's International Bowling Congress, to present you with a National Amateur Champion jacket.
Oh, Liz, we're so proud of you. I said earlier that we were seeing a match between the 2 of the best women bowlers in the world today, and you proved that that was definitely true. And enjoy your year as National Amateur Champion. You certainly earned the right to wear this jacket with pride.
Thank you very much.
All right. Plans for perhaps coming back next year to win again in '94? Is it too far ahead of schedule to think about that?
I'm coming back next year.
What about this year in '93? It's going to be a marvelous experience for you to get a chance to travel internationally as well as nationally to bowl for Team USA.
I can't wait. It's going to be tremendous, great experience, and I can't wait to bowl for it.
Don't forget, a little bit later, we're going to get a chance to bowl against the men, so I know you're going to get stoked up for that competition.
I can't wait for that. Yes.
You'll be excited about that. Your mom was here as well this week?
Yeah, she was. She was here all this week, and she was a great support for me.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, Joyce, our national amateur champion from Niagara Falls, New York, and a brilliant performance. So long, everybody, from Stonehenge Place, located in Akron, Ohio. This has been an ABC